What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and it's round 2 of Buckeye Battles. Now, if you guys watched my round 1 game, I had didn't watch my round 1 game, I had a massacre win. I had a 20-0 victory against Mr. Anthony Carter. But going into round 2, I'm playing somebody who I've never played before, but I've talked to this guy numerous times, and I mean numerous times, on my battle reports, on Facebook. He's my Facebook friend, Mr. James Valdez. I have never met him in person until this moment. Actually, right before this game started, I met James, and I thought this is going to be a great game. This is going to be a way to play Buckeyes, man. Play Buckeyes against people that I thought I knew, but now I do know. And and it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this one. And let's go over what we both have, and let's get into the game right away. So first off, let's go over. I'm going to skim through my list just because, like I said before in my other battle report, I'm going to make a whole list review on my list just so you guys can understand what my thought process was behind it. Anyways, so first thing we have here is we have Crom. Crom is the great green idol, the idol of chicken, of the first order of chicken. He's also Koopa's Rancor because him and Koopa run side by side sometimes. Anyways, over here I got a 3 Wolf Chariot unit. The K-Pack, Koga, Kaiser, and Koenig. These three are, I think, great for zone control. It makes people like, whoa, I don't want to get too close, I don't want to get rammed. Over here I got a unit of 5 Wolf Riders. They're just there for chaff reasons, and that is all. Over here I got King Koopa. King Koopa is the same King Koopa that you guys should know by now. I don't know why I keep responding with people are like, what does that Cooper guy have? First off, it's Koopa with an A and a K. And second off, it's everywhere on the internet. People know who the hell he is. Anyways, he's more famous than I am. Shit. Alright, over here I got General Zod. General Zod is my 1-up 4-up Iron Orc Warlord. Last round he ate like 1,800 points by himself. And let's see if he can make it double. If he could do it again. Over here I got my common goblins. I keep on wanting to say cave goblins. My common goblins. I got 46 common goblins, 3 shady gits, a war banner, and a BSB in that unit. They have bows and shields. Over here I got my Space Rock coast to coast. Space Rock is a gargantula spider. No upgrades to her, but inside that giant mumble cluster buck of stuff back there, I have 30 cave goblins hiding behind the Space Rock. Over here inside the cave I got 12 Iron Orcs. They're just there for literally scoring purposes. And then I got the Bushwhackers, the Forest Goblins. So yes, you heard it right. I have Forest Goblins, I got Common Goblins, I got Cave Goblins. I brought all the Goblins. I have a level 4 of Pyromancy. I also have a level 3 of Witchcraft. Yeah, we'll go over that later. Over here, for my opponent, he brought out the Beholder. And I have his list right here to tell you what the Beholder has. This is a Lord of Change on a Zinch disc. Or Disc of Change, excuse me. He has the Talisman of Supreme Shielding, so he's a 1-up 4-up. He does have the Dragon Helm, so he's immune to fire, which kind of makes things difficult for me, especially since he's T5. Besides that, he has Jack's Pickaxe. So this guy right here, honestly, actually kind of gives me an issue with my 2 monsters, especially Crom. I mean, even though Crom will be steadfast against this guy, he hits him, he wounds him on 3s, I believe, and I'm going to just lose 2 wounds apiece, if not more. I mean, these guys are getting 5 attacks, weapon skill better than mine, so hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, he's bound to just kill the idol, no problem. I mean, that's the Beholder right there, Jesus Christ. Next up, let's see, I gotta go back to this picture here. You can see in the background he has a small unit of Warriors of Wrath, and then he has 3 Knight units, which we're gonna get better pictures of. We'll go to this picture actually next. The guy on fire that's actually on a change disc. He's another anointed. He has Burning Blade of Chaos, Hardened Shield. He is another 1-up 4-up. He has the 3rd Eye of Change, and he's on the disc of change. That Burning Blade can rip a hole through most of my stuff. That Burning Blade can rip a hole through my general. Okay, Strength 5, AP 6, multi wounds D3, flaming. Whew. That is just nasty. That is just nasty. I don't have an answer to that sword. I just don't. He could rip up. I mean, the only thing I do have an answer for is Koopa, but Koopa, as you can see, is on the wrong side of the table when we start the deployment. Over here, he has 2 units. Oh, actually, that unit in the back is, or closer to the camera, is a unit of 8 Barbarian Horsemen. For some reason, I thought it was Knights. Then he has 7 Wrath Knights, 7 Change Knights, 7 more Wrath Knights, and then 2 units of Warhounds. For magic, I can't read them all sideways, but you guys will probably see them closer up because you guys, I'll fix it by then. But I have Flaming Swords, Scorching Salvo, Enveloping Embers, Pyroclastic Flow. It looks like I have Raven's Wing, Bewitching Glare, and Twisted Effigy. Right next to me is my last opponent, Anthony Carter, as he's about to play a game against Gene, and this moment right here is captured on a video I put up on YouTube. So you can always watch that. It's called What is Statler What would Statler approve? That's what it's called. Anyways, I don't have a picture of deployment. I think this game we kind of got in it right away. So we're just gonna go to start turn 1. He dropped everything. He's a Warriors player. He's supposed to drop everything. So turn 1, James Valdez. Turn 1, Warriors of the Beholder. Turn 1. There we go. So as you can see, this shows us start deployment. We're playing diagonal. We're playing breakthrough. Okay. So on the far left, what you can't see in this picture is I have a unit of Iron Orcs just chilling off literally to the corner of the map, trying to get through the breakthrough without being noticed. The problem is, he noticed. So he has this knight unit out of the corner. We both vanguarded up with our dogs, and those dogs could be a big issue because he's gonna chaff my chariots, if anything. And once he chaffs my chariots, he's gonna be able to move up without having this fear of getting rammed by 3d6 plus 3 strength 5 impact hits. Now granted, it's not that dangerous for a warrior player to take that many impact hits from chariots, but at the same time, he doesn't really have I mean, why risk it? Why chance it, you know? As you can see, I have my common goblins in the middle. Crom and Zod are both by that ruins. We're playing the center area as ruins. I have my forest goblins on the flank with Koopa. And basically, he just moved up, and that was his only move. He has no magic. He has no shooting. We're going to go into turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Excuse me, Zod and Goblins. Zod and Goblins, turn 1. As you can see, what I end up doing is I move Crom into the ruins. This is part of a tactic that I'm hoping that he takes the bait, charges into Crom. Crom might... I mean, the warriors are too far. The dogs I don't care about too much. I'll thunder stomp them. The knights, if they get in, they'll be able to be a lot closer to Zod, my chariots, my common goblins, so I don't mind so much. So Crom moves up just a bit, and also offers more of a threat range. So if he wants to get closer, he kind of has to be like, oh, am I going to get hit with that guy now? My spider on the left side decided to move back a little, and actually my Iron Orcs turned around and started to walk backwards, which you can't see on the picture, just because he has those knights coming straight for my Iron Orcs, and I'm like, I cannot handle freaking warriors of or knights of wrath going into 12 Iron Orcs. 12. Now on the right side, you don't really see it in the picture as well, but Koopa ran into that forest far on the right side, out of line of sight of his Knights of Wrath on that side, and Koopa's getting really close. So are my dogs. My dogs are back there too, getting really close, so that way, if he decides to move, he's going to get flanked by Koopa, and that's just pretty much an auto win for me. And then my cave goblins really didn't have a purpose. They're like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Anyways, Magic Fade's got 7 power dice. I go back to the purple dice, and I go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. I get it off. I think I actually double sixed it. No, I didn't. I just barely got it. I got it on an 11. And he's like, okay, he tries to stop it. He fails to stop it. Kills 2 dogs. The dogs don't, they pass their panic check, no problem. Then I go ahead and I do a medium fireball. He lets it go through, goes through, and it literally burns 6 dogs to a crisp. 7, but he only had 6. And so those dogs are gone. Boop, gone. Alright, over here, the common goblins, they decided, they didn't even move. I'm going to just shoot that other dog that's in front of me. So I shoot him, I kill 7 of the 8 dogs. That remaining dog actually panics, even though the BSB is right there, panics, runs away and runs through the units and never comes back. That dog is a chicken shit. Alright. Over here, I'm like, well, I didn't really have much else to do, so I'm just going to shoot the bows from these chariots into his knights. I mean, like, seriously, that's all he has is knights. He has 3 units of knights and 2 characters that are both 1 up, 4 up. I mean, what the fuck else am I supposed to shoot? So I shoot I shoot the knights. I end up killing off one of the knights of change, and he was just like, damn it. Every time I killed one knight with a bow shot, he was like, shit, damn it. And yeah, I kind of felt bad after a while. Not really. Anyway, and that's how it is. That's exactly how it is. That was turn 1. Picked off a wound off a knight, kill some chaff. That was it. So we're going to go to turn 2, Warriors of the Dark Gods. Turn 2, Warriors of the Dark Gods. He goes ahead and he moves up, he moves around, he shuffles people around. And that's it. There's no magic, there's no shooting. It goes right back to my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Guys, I'm going to scream this because nobody's in the gym right now, and it's time for me to scream. I haven't screamed it in a while, okay? So I'm giving you a warning. I'll give you a 5-second warning. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Koopa! You fat bastard. Koopa is charging into those knights. He's like, whatever, I don't care, man. Koopa has an obsidian sword. He has poison. He hits these guys on 4s. If it get a 6, one's dead. That's simple. If I get 2 6s, 2 are dead. Oh my god, they're only strength 5 back. So being strength 5 back, you know, he has a chance of wounding me, but I have a 3-up armor and a 4-up ward against that. So I'm like, whatever, Koopa, go for it, man. Go knock yourself silly, man. So Koopa goes in. And what I end up doing is I end up moving the dogs here, kind of as, I don't want anything else to charge my dogs yet. I want to use them to redirect this other Wrath Knight unit. But at the same time, just in case he kills Koopa, which this is hindsight, might I add. If he kills Koopa, or if I lose combat and I run away, he runs into those dogs and he has to continue overrunning that away. The problem with that scenario is I have to pass a panic check, and I doubt that the dogs will. Over on this side, I actually moved the spider back. I moved the Iron Orcs back. I can't deal with the guy that has the burning blade. I can't deal with the knights at the same time, and his beholders coming to this side, and I'm just like, ugh. The one thing that is kind of a flaw in his strategy right now is you see his BSB's all the way on the right corner by himself. So that means his leadership bubble is actually kind of jacked on the left side. So I just kind of chill back. I move Crom out of the ruins. I keep the chariots. Now the chariots are actually doing something really interesting. They're actually playing zone control. The chariots, nobody wants to get in a charge range of the chariots. He is literally holding everybody back because he doesn't want to get charged by these chariots. Okay, which is great. I move Zod up on the hill just in case he starts moving on the left side. Zod could actually help out with the Black Orcs, kill those knights. And then just kind of keep the leadership bubble tighter. So everybody's kind of in the leadership bubble of Zod, except for the Forest Goblins and maybe the Chariots. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. I love you, purple dice. And I go ahead and I do a Pyroflow. I think medium, right? Gets it off, kills off one Knight of Change. Go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. He stops it. And that's basically all my magic did. Shooting Phase. I'm going to shoot these guys because they're just chilling there. Why not? And I end up picking off one Barbarian Horseman. I was thinking that they were freaking Knights of Wrath or something. Nope, they were just Barbarian Horsemen. But they still have a good fucking armor save. They have like a 3-up armor save. What the hell is that? Like, who the hell gets a 3-up armor save for their chaff? Jesus Christ. Anyways, over here I'm going to shoot the Space Rocks. The Howdah crew is going to shoot at some Knights. And they end up killing one of the Knights of Wrath. And at this point, I think that it kind of dawned on James's that it was on Mr. Valdez here that if he sits back, he's just going to get shot to death. So I think he decides to make a change here. Over here, close combat, I whiff. I rolled nothing. And in return, Mr. Valdez rolls nothing. And nothing happens. I charged, he has a banner, and we just sit there. And Koopa has his own banner. That's what it is. Koopa should count for +1 just because he's Koopa. Anyways, let's go start off turn 3, Warriors of the Dark Gods, or Warriors of the Beholder Gods. Warriors of the Beholders. So he decides he's going to charge his Beholder into my Chariots, which is a very dangerous move for me because he needs a 10. And I thought I measured it like a little bit further, but it wasn't. He double-checked it, and I was like, shit. So if he gets in, I'm fucked on this side. On this side, I'm just fucked. So he goes ahead and he measured, he declares the charge, and he fails the charge. So then he declares this charge on the left side with both the Knights of Wrath and the Anointed in the forest onto my Spider, I believe, maybe the Black Orcs, and he fails both those charges. So they kind of fall short. And then, yeah, so he uses the Barbarian Horseman to block my Common Goblins, because he knows I'll go and charge his guys with the Common Goblins and Crom at the same time. So he does kind of block some charges going on there. And then, yeah, that's kind of how it looks right now. Over here, close combat. Koopa kills one, and that's about it. I think we stick for another round. He has a banner. I have a wound. Koopa's starting to kill some, grinding them down, and it's going to start off turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4, or yeah, Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Guys, no, I don't call out the log. I call out a charge. Now I go, wait a second. Your BSB's all the way over there, right? He goes, yep. And I go, is that guy immune to psychology? He goes, nope. And I go, I'm going to declare a charge with the Space Rock. I'm hoping that he fails the freaking leadership check and flees towards the board edge, especially since he's on a disc, right? So I go ahead and I declare the charge. He passes his leadership check. Okay, well, Space Rock's going to have to take one for the team. The Common Goblins decide, you know what, hey, I got a flank charge on these Barbarian Horsemen. I don't know if he knows. It's a trap. It's going in. I got charge, big flank banner, BSB, war banner, 3 ranks. Even if I kill 1 or 2 of them with the lethal strikes from the shade he gets, even if I don't, I'm going to win combat. He's going to get out of my face. Alright, so I declare that both those charges in. Boom, boom, right? I conga line my dogs to block his Warriors of Change up there, and then what I ended up doing was I ended up moving my Force Goblins closer so they could start doing more damaging spells, and then I could also move my Wolf Chariots a little bit more. I'm assuming Koopa has that corner covered. We'll see how that goes, right? I decided to turn around my Black Orcs and start moving them back up. Again, this is breakthrough. My Black Orcs need to get to the other side, and it's already turn 4, and nobody's on the other side. Alright? So, I moved Zod downhill. The Space Rock actually got into the freaking anointed guy, so I'm just like, we'll see how that goes. The good news is, I'm stubborn, and that's part of the reason why I moved Zod up, was because of the fact that I'm stubborn, and I'll be able to hold him, and just maybe what I'm hoping is that the Space Rock holds this round. The Black Orcs can countercharge in the following turn after he countercharges with his Knights, and hopefully the Space Rock's still alive. If not, the Black Orcs and Zod could go into whatever he has left. Okay? Magic Phase, I got 10 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Bewitching Glare onto one of his units. I forgot which one. He stops it. Go ahead and I do a Flaming Swords. He stops it. I do a Pyroclastic Flow. And guess what? He Crown of Scorns it with his BSB. What a bastard. Alright. Over here, Shooting Phase. I'm going to shoot Baxter and the Skull Splitter and the Bushwhackers into his Knights change over there. Kill off 1 more. Over here, Close Combat. Koopa kills 1. He does 2 wounds to Koopa. Oh, shit. And honestly, I think Peggy's the one who killed that guy. I think Koopa whiffed. So now he has two wounds and a banner. I lose by 3, and I'm like, shit, I'm going to lose. And if you guys know Koopa the way I know Koopa, Koopa has 2 weaknesses. 2 things to Koopa are kryptonite. Okay? Number 1 is strength 3 hitting. Anything that's strength 3 will always get through Koopa's 1-up armor. The second thing of kryptonite that Koopa has is leadership checks. So I roll that leadership check and Koopa fails. Koopa runs. He chases me down. He eats frickin' Koopa. And then he turns to face this way. And he's going to go ahead and start off his turn. No, wait. It's not his turn. He just overruns because the way that Koopa was. Koopa ran in an angle towards these guys, and he smacks right into the flank of my Forest Goblins. God damn it! God damn it! That's my magic right there. That's my pyromancy. Jesus Christ. Well, the good news is I'm in a forest, and I'm Forest Goblins, and he's gonna take some DTs. So he takes 2 DTs, and he loses. He takes 5 DTs, but he loses 2 of his Knights. Holy crap! I can't believe there's only 3 guys left. Maybe I could get a lucky wound through. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But man, this a bad situation. Over here, the big combat. Oh my God! So I charge in. He passes his fear check, right? He goes ahead and he swings, and he cannot wound the T6 of the spider. Holy shit, I luck out. He gets 1 wound in. He does the D3 wounds. He only gets 1 wound on the D3 wounds. My spider goes back, and she gets a lucky fucking wound off. Holy crap. So I have a charge, a wound, versus his wound, and I cause fear. So he's down by 2, technically, and he rolls it, he fails it. The BSB's on the other side of the table, and holy shit, I'm gonna frickin' chase. Of course I'm gonna chase it. This is one of his combat lords. If I could kill it right now, I'll get rid of it. So I go ahead and I roll the 3 dice. He actually gets away. He rolls like a 10 or some shit, right? But I roll like a 5. Well, what happens is my spider ends up slamming into the knights that are right there, which is fine because that means they can't charge my black orcs. And if I can hold them up for a turn, my black orcs can actually help charge in the next turn. But the interesting part is, look where his combat lord landed. Takes a DC in the forest, he's fine, right? Look where his combat lord landed. So even when he rallies, he's not in the best position technically. So over here, the common goblins win their combat. They only kill like 2 of these guys. They run. They actually don't flee that far. But my common goblins turn ever so slightly to look at his lords, and it's going to start off his turn. Warriors of the Dark Gods, or Warriors of the Beholder Gods, the Eye of the Beholder, turn 4. Whew, okay. So the guy rallies up there, okay? He decides he's going to charge his Beholder into my... Oh, I think he was going to charge the Beholder. He decided against that. He decided against that. That's going to bite him in the ass. He's going to charge his BSB into the dogs because the BSB would have like a flank. I mean, it really didn't matter. Dogs were going to die no matter who charged them. So he gets into the flank. And then, I don't have a picture of his movement, but he moves his Beholder over to the other side to help out with the Space Rock that's eating up his army on the other side, right? Close combat. He kills a couple dogs. These guys are going to... I think, do I stick? Do I stick? No, I don't. I run, he chases, he catches me. Oh, no, he doesn't catch me. I run through my own unit, whatever, right? Now, in the combat in the woods, as you can see, I kind of reformed weird, all right? But that was from the turn before because I didn't want to get line of sight or something. I forgot what it was. Anyways, so I have like kind of half in the woods, half not in the woods. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, close combat. He goes ahead and he kills off, let's see, 2, 4, 6 of my forest goblins. Okay, so you can see in this picture right here, I have 2, 4, 6, 8 guys. And I have 2, 4, 6, 7 out of the woods. 8 are in the woods, 7 are not in the woods. All right, I'm stubborn in the woods. Half my footprints inside the woods. I want to go ahead and roll it. I stick, I roll it, I turn, and I face these guys, and it's going to hold them up for a turn, and that was just glorious. That was actually, I couldn't ask for a better thing for having skirmishers in the woods. God damn. That was just luck. Pure luck. It's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and goblins. Oh, the combat with the Wrath Knights, I don't think anything happened. I might have killed one, but they didn't do any wounds. And it's going to start off my turn. Zod and Goblins turn 5, and holy crap, here it goes. Or is it his turn? I think it's my turn. So this is a picture from earlier that I'm going to use just to explain what's going on here. So because I don't have a picture of the charge right when it happened. But as you can see, his anointed that was fleeing from the Space Rock basically rallies right there. He moves his Beholder closer to the Space Rock combat because he wants his Beholder to destroy the Space Rock and bail his knights out of danger. Alright, so what ends up happening here is it's my turn. He rallies. I need like a 9 or a 10 to get into the anointed that just rallied. The way I'm looking at it is it's breakthrough. I need to get to that side. If I get the charge off and I call it the wog, so I have a swift stride, give myself an extra movement, and get to the other side of the table, nobody's really going to be able to take out my common goblins as long as I stay out of the forest. Okay? So that's my thought process. I'm like, I could get that guy, I could challenge him out, I'll win by a shit ton of combat res. His BSB's on the other side of the table, and I take out one of the combat lords. So I'm going to do it. I call it the wog, and I'm going to charge in. Now, by the way, his the Knights of Wrath that are fighting the Spider during the last combat, he ended up reforming, so my Black Orcs do not have a legal charge. And I don't know if I charge Crom into those guys who just rallied or not. I don't remember, but we'll see it when we get to the pictures. So I call it the wog. I'm hoping for this roll, and holy crap, the Goblins got in. Boom! Like this. Now, I had to angle to the side like this because the Beholder's in my way, and I need to maximize bodies, but at the same time, the Beholder's in my way. So That's how that looks right there. Crom does go in. Crom takes a DT in the ruins, gets 1 wound, and then as you can see, I move up Zod. I kind of keep the chariots back for a turn. I don't. This is interesting. Alright, so anyways, I move the black orcs on the left side up towards the spider to try to deal with those knights. I move up Zod a bit, and then I don't know why I left the chariots there. I don't know. Like, this is a giant flaw right there. I see that. But I was trying to move around the cave goblins, the chariots. I need to get the breakthrough, and that's the problem. Is I'm thinking like, shit, it's already turn 4, bottom of 4. I just have no way to get to the other side. Magic phase got 8 power dice, and I go ahead and I do a scorching salvo. I'm just trying to do whatever I can out of combat. It doesn't matter. Flaming swords, he stops. But I got off scorching salvo, and it doesn't really kill anybody. It doesn't matter. Over here, close combat. Holy fucking crap! I challenge with my Shady Git. He kills my Shady Git. Gets max wounds. I don't even know if he got max wounds. I think he might have only got like 2 or 3. But yeah. So even if he didn't, let's just assume he killed max wounds. Okay. So I have a charge, a banner, a BSB, a war banner. I have 3 ranks, so I'm at 7 combat res. He did 4, so he's down by 3. Okay, the BSB is on the other side of the table. He rolls the dice. He fails. Okay, so this guy's gonna run. All right, cool. I'm gonna chase because I still have the Wog up. I still have Swift Stride up. I'm gonna probably kill his combat lord. The thing is, the way that we are angled is he has to run. This picture already shows the angle change. He has to run this way away from my common goblins towards the board edge, right? Which means that my common goblins are going to rear charge his beholder. Holy shit. Holy shit. This was just like straight up like luck of the gods. This is just I have like Gork was shining on me this day. I was like, holy crap. And it was just the fact that he was getting his beholder over here to kill my spider. It all just happened the way it happened. I was not planning this. It wasn't like some genius master plan that I came up with. It was just pure bullshit orc and goblin luck. My freaking Gork was shining down on me, and I'm gonna go rear charge, boom, right into the beholder. Of course I caught the other guy. I still had Swift Stride up, and he's just like, holy shit. This blurry ass picture, Crom goes ahead and kills 2 of the freaking barbarian horsemen. The last one runs away, gets away like that, doesn't die from DTs. Over here, close combat. The spider actually gets wounded twice by the knights, but the spider just goes ham, and I mean ham, like 6 wounds. He armor saves 3 of them, 3 of the other ones die, and the spider just destroyed the Wrath Knights, and yeah, it's going to go on to the combat over here. This combat over here, he ends up destroying my forest goblins. And he overruns this way towards my chariots, and this is a shitty spot for my chariots. Like I said, this side had problems, and once Koopa crumbled on this side had problems. It's going to go and start off Warriors of Wrath turn 5. I don't know why I'm putting this as bottom of 5. I think he's top of 5, but it doesn't matter. So he's going to charge into my chariots, and my chariots have been holding zone control the whole goddamn game. Right now I decide I'm going to flee. My main reason for fleeing right here is, and now it was a gamble. It was a huge fucking gamble, but is that I would pass the panic check on the goblins with the 3d6 leadership, unruly leadership, and the fucking shaman being in there. But if he redirects into my shaman's bunker, I'll be able to throw out the fanatics. I need to get rid of this knight unit. This knight unit is an issue. If I don't, and he decides to chase my chariots, which is fine because I already passed my leadership in this phase, I might be able to throw out my fanatics into his guys, kill them, since they're in my breakthrough zone. That is my whole plan. So I have to flee with the chariots. If I don't flee with the chariots, what ends up happening is he's going to overrun into my cave goblins, and then my cave goblins are going to die anyways. So that's an issue. Alright. So he decides he's going to go ahead and get my chariots. He does. He eats the whole unit. That kind of sucks. Over here, close combat. I challenge with the Shady Git. He kills that Shady Git. Not even the Shady Git. My champ. My champ. So that way I have parry up. So I don't even think he got max wounds again. Maybe he did. I don't even remember. But all I remember is he had a chance of saving on Snake Eyes. Because I had a charge, rear, big rear, 3 ranks, 3 banners. He did however many wounds. He needed Snake Eyes to stick. He doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Hopefully he didn't. But anyways. So he's going to run. Now, I don't have Swift Stride anymore. He does. He rolls his 3 dice. He gets an 11. He's like, yes, I got away. And I roll 2 dice. And in all fairness, I thought about this for a long and hard time. I was like, if I just let him run, there might be a chance that he runs in the eyesight of the Black Orcs. And if I do, I could just charge again with the Black Orcs on my turn, and he's going to run towards the board edge. Or I might just catch him, right? I go, but there's that off chance that he rolls like an 11 or 12 and he gets out of the line of sight of the Black Orcs, which is exactly what happened. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll chase. I'm going to chase because this is general. It's a lot of points. It'll give me 2 turns to march my guys into his end zone. We'll see how that goes, right? I think it was actually just 1 turn. Again, I'm lost on the turns. I think I have it wrong. But, anyway, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll chase him. So I roll the 2 dice, and I roll an 11, and he was just like, I seen it in his face. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, James. And I'm like, man, that was just straight up dice, man. That was not, like, I didn't think I was, like, when he rolled an 11, I didn't think I was gonna roll 11 on 2 dice. I was like, holy shit. So my common goblins just ate the crap out of his general. It's gonna start off turn 6, and turn 6, again, I think we're on the wrong thing. I think he started. Didn't he start? Or did I start? I don't even remember. It might be off. Anyways, turn 6. He ends up getting 1 more turn, so he might be playing turn 7. But, anyways, I just go ahead and I reform the goblins. You can't see it because they're still facing the wrong way when they kill the general. But I just reform them to get into his end zone, so I got the breakthrough objective. I move I think I tried to charge Kramen to somebody to terror check them. It didn't really work. Over here, as you can see, I just kind of moved everybody this way. And I moved my cave goblins back a bit to actually throw that fanatic through, like I said. And then also, what I'm trying to do is make sure I don't give him a decent charge with those knights and his BSB that are just staring at my cave goblins. Okay, magic phase got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I do Will of the Wisp onto his BSB. Now his BSB can't charge me. His BSB is way too far. He lets it go through, right? But I go ahead and I give the attribute onto these guys to slow them down. Not only do I give them the attribute, I give these guys stupidity, so that way they cannot, they have to pass a stupidity check before they come to try to charge me. Alright? Get it off. I give these guys double negative movement. So now, not only are they stupid, but they're only going to be like movement 5 or 6 or something like that. Then I go ahead and I do the shooting phase. Shooting phase, I let go of the Cownado. I throw the Cownado through this unit. Both of the freaking maggots go through. I do 11 hits, 9 wounds. He fucking saves almost all of them, and he has 1 guy remaining. Oh! Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 7, I think this is. I don't know why I'm playing 7 rounds, guys. Anyways, it doesn't matter at this point. But what ends up happening is he charges the knights. He charges the knights in. He charges this little dude in, and he charges his warriors into Crom. Except for the little guy, the single guy goes into the flank of Zod. What he wants to do is hit Crom, kill Crom, and then overrun into Zod. I didn't mind, because I figured Crom will thunderstomp the crap out of those 1 guys, and he has a hard time moving on Crom. It didn't matter, though. He failed the freaking infantry block. Infantry block falls short. The knights get in. The other guy gets in. He goes ahead and he swings. He gets 1 wound. I think he gets 1 wound off. So I have a charge, a banner, a flank, and a wound. So I'm right next to Zod. My leadership is 9 minus 4. I need a 5. I roll a 3. He's like, God damn. I mean, there was just, I feel sorry because it was just like incredible luck in this game. And then Zod just punks that 1 guy, and he kills him. And yeah, that's the end of the game, man. Oh, crap. Wow. What a game. I was really excited that I got to play James Valdez. You know, it was interesting. I loved his models. I loved the Beholder. The Beholder was awesome. It basically made... I voted James one of my most favorite opponents because he was just a great guy the whole time. And he ended up placing, I think, 22nd overall. So that's a very good ending for the best warrior, or not the best warriors, but being a Warriors Dark God player. That was a really high finish out of 102 players. So let's go over points really quick, and then let's go over what else we got going on here. All right. So 4 points. Whoops. Control Z. 4 points. General Zod didn't have to do shit this whole game. He took a break. He said, you know what? I killed 1,800 or 1,700 points last round. I'm only going to kill that one guy this round who accidentally ran into me. He should not have ran into Zod. But, so Zod got a total still of 2,600 points, and is still technically in the lead for the most points in 3 games. King Koopa, he started off strong, killed off a couple knights, got 184 points, but he fell short. Baxter the Pyromaniac only killed 219 points with the fire magic, and then the Bushwhackers got 273, so they actually killed a lot with rank 3 shooting. That's actually pretty impressive. The Bazooka and the Horde, these guys are my MVP, easily my MVP. They killed not 1, but 2 Chaos Lords in basically 1 turn. Holy shit. They got 1,600 points, 1,700 points for killing his general and that other guy. The Cave Goblins only got 184, throwing some fanatics through. The K-Pack only got 89 points, killing some people with bow shots. The Chicken Rock got 698 points. If there was a second MVP, it would definitely be the Chicken Rock. Chicken Rock actually held his own and set up that beautiful charge for the common goblins. Crom got 107 points. The Raiders didn't do shit, and the Black Orcs didn't do shit. My opponent actually got into my breakthrough zone, but my common goblins got in his. We ended up having a tie on the objective, and he ended up earning a little bit more points than he thought. So he got, I think it was a 15-5 on this game. I might be wrong, but I want to say it's a 15-5 on this game. See if I left it up. I did leave it up. James Silva. Yeah, 15-5. So it was a good, solid game. I'm at 35 points. That's a pretty good score going into round 3. You know, I'm not on the top of the top. There's some people who are at 40 points right now, and those people who are at 40 points are some really tough people who are facing off against each other. So I'm just glad I'm not that high. But at the same time, I think around this game I decided to put up that video where it's like I don't want to play Phil Carl, because Phil Carl's at 35 points. Oh man. Anyways, sneak peek onto who I'm playing next. Next game I ended up getting a game against Bob Chevernay. I'm gonna butcher his last name. It's Bob. And his Beast Turd army. So you can see this is a nice little picture of that. And we'll get to it when we get to it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. I'm going to try to pump these out as fast as I can. I'm unfortunately working way too many hours at work right now, so it's kind of hard for me to get the videos up. And I had to actually record this in 3 separate sessions because of just time constraints. But hopefully I can finish editing it and get it out today. If not, I'm very sorry. It's going to come out to you on a later date. But guys, if you do appreciate my content, please show your appreciation by going onto my Patreon and donating $1, $2, $5, whatever you guys could donate, because it will help me get to Salamanca, Spain. It is a very pricey trip, and yes, that is a Shy ambulance. Can't be a ChiHammer video without the Shy ambulance. I think that's a fire truck. Anyways, Chicago's a dangerous place, y'all. Anyways, guys, it would help me get out to Salamanca, Spain. Salamanca, Spain is a very expensive trip for me to get out there from Chicago. So, guys, if you could show me your support, that would be great. If not, just liking my video, it does mean a lot to me, too. But, guys, I will see you in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you, James, for a great game. Awesome models, James. And, yeah. And I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about my opponent, James, if he's listening. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I feel like that's it. Yeah. Take care and peace.